Before we jump into today's video, guys, I want to give you a quick reminder that my Skater of the Week challenge is live again in my Discord. If you want to get featured, win some prizes like 10 van bucks and more, or even just show what you've got, you can drop your clips in the server and participate in this challenge. I'm hosting it every single week, so the Discord link is going to be linked in this video's description. If you want to check it out, just join the server. Besides that, I would say we get started with the video. What's up, y'all? Welcome to this new video. Skate has dropped Season 2, and with it, we finally got a replay editor update that allows us to use keyframes and do a lot more. So I'm gonna go over all the details in this video and explain how to set keyframes, how to use the replay editor from now on to get very good looking clips. Okay, so first of all, we do need to get a clip right here. So I would say we do a little line consisting of 2 tricks. Let's do something down this set and then something on this rail. Yeah, that wasn't that good looking. Let's do a nollie heel flip, kick flip, backsmith, back 180 out. There we go. I think this is a good one to start. So when you open up the replay editor, it's going to look like this from now on. You have a few more options. So first of all, I do like to open up the controls helper. So you just have to hold your left bump and then it's going to open up. You can see there the field of view rotate in and out. So the first thing that I really like to do in the beginning is to trim my clip. So find a starting point and an ending point. So in this case, I'm gonna start my clip right here. I have set that, so what you have to do is you have to press R1 or RB. Then it's going to look like this. Right here, when you are in this menu, you can just click on your D-pad, the left button, and then you can set the starting point, so the trim start. And then you can just go forward with your RT or R2 button and find the spot where you want to end your clip. So I want to end it right here, just a little bit like this, before it turns slightly. And then I'm gonna use the D-pad right button, and then I have my clip set. Then I have to press R1 or RB to confirm. Once you have done that, the clip is then trimmed. And from here on, you can start to edit your clip. So the first thing that you're probably going to use is the advanced edit. So when you press square or X, you are able to open up this menu. And on the top, you see 3 options. You do have the trim. So in this way, you can also trim your clip. Then you have the keyframes, and in here the magic happens, but we're gonna go over that in a sec. And when you want to save, you just go one more to the right, and then from here on you can save your clips. You can also export them. So when I would save that right now, I could save it in Skate, but I also could export it. So you can export it directly to your PC, and this is pretty cool. What I usually do, I usually record my clip just with the NVIDIA recording, but you can also export it from Skate directly. That's also an option. What I like to do in the beginning is to find a point where I want to start. So you have 3 cameras to choose from. You have the orbit, you have free, and you have tripod. So whatever clip you're going to get, you can use one of these. Tripod is literally just where you want to position your camera. It's always then focus on your skater. So when you would start a clip, it stays in the same position, but it's like a follow cam. So the cam follows but remains in the same position. The orbit is just a normal gameplay cam, so it's going with you. And the best one, in my opinion, is the free cam, because in here you can set keyframes and you can edit it completely like a free cam, and it's up to you how you want the clip to be. And my field of view is currently on 65. I usually bump it a bit up when I want to go for a fisheye. So between 90 and 100 is probably the best fisheye look that you can get. So let's go with 90 this time and confirm. You can also add camera shakes, but this is something that we're going to add on later once we have the keyframes in place. So the first thing that I want to do is, all the way at the start, I want to set a beginning keyframe. So I imagine the cameraman to be here at the start, and then I set my first keyframe. You can also edit the keyframes later on. You see, like when you are on the keyframe, you can delete it. And when you move around, you can also update it. So this is pretty cool. And besides that, what I also want to go over is on the left menu, you see the move option. So with your left stick, you can just normally move. When you hold triangle or Y and then move around, you can like go up and down, go left and right. So this is also the option. And then when you hold triangle or Y and you use the D-pad, you can edit the field of view. I wouldn't suggest to use the field of view in this way, because it's pretty hard to have an accurate run right here. So when you're editing the keyframes, I would always click square or X to open up this menu. And then you can set your keyframes. So you can always like go up 5 and go down 5. This makes just the most sense to have a consistency in there. So we have set our first keyframe. I want to have the keyframe with another field of view. So I can click on edit right now and I can set the field of view, for example, on 20 because I want to have the zoom in at the beginning. Let's position it right here, film the skater's face so it's clearly visible. Then I can click down on the D-pad, it's going to update it. Then we can move a bit forward. Let's say right here. I want to have a keyframe right there and want to have a small zoom out. I'm gonna do it like this. Then we can go a bit forward, we can maybe move the camera. That's what I want to do here as well in the second keyframe, move it a bit. So it's not steady. Update. Then let's wait until here. Right here we can move out and go to the 90. And move closer a bit. And when you add that keyframe, this might look a bit weird because we're directly going into the keyframe, so we probably can't do the perfect fisheye angle here, but it doesn't really matter because you can add a filter later on as well. So we can add it just like this. We have that right here. Move around a bit. Set the next one right there. He lands, and we can move it a bit down. Set one right here. You can always see like how that looks like. So whenever you have like something that isn't looking as you expected it to look like, or you aren't happy with how it looks, you can always adjust the keyframe. That's pretty nice. So in this case, for me, it zooms out a bit too much right here. So I'm gonna put that probably a bit more away, far away with the field of view. That looks already a bit better. Maybe we can even like a bit more of a closer camera right here. Just quickly update. Okay, camera is moving slightly. Gonna go up, land. Okay, that looks very nice in this part. Like the first part of the edit looks pretty dope. Then he lands right here. I want the cameraman to go over there, kind of switch the side, like switch sides and get a closer look for the rail. And we add a keyframe right here. Then we can move right there. How does that look like? Let me put that right here. I think that looks better, not from the side that I mentioned. I think it looks better to have like a angle a bit behind, slightly sideways. As we're skating this side from the rail. If you would skate like any trick, like for example 180 to switch like crook on the rail, you could also turn aside to have a better view, but in this case we're doing a backsmith, so it's gonna look better. The filmer also stays there. And we have this angle. I think you can also set a keyframe right here. We can put the camera a bit more up and go a bit closer. Set another keyframe here. This one also a bit closer, a bit more up. This a bit closer to the rail. So from now on it looks like this. I think we can go a bit closer here as well. Here also a bit more like that. Here I want to be a bit more down. And for the backsmith we can go like this. We just quickly adjust that. Okay. I think it looks pretty good like this. Many rewards. I also want to go a bit forward. Have it like this. That looks pretty clean. And at the end I want to have like a little fade out of the cam that is going on the ground. Like that. Can even put it a bit more behind so we have it a bit longer. So let's check what we have. Ooh, that looks very good. Maybe at the end we could edit it a bit. Here it's a bit too steady for me. But we're also gonna fix that in a little bit with the camera shake. This one can also turn a bit here. Okay, that looks clean. And then, for example, when you want to like cut your clip again, you just press B or back, and then you go out of the advanced edit mode, and then you can click on trim again, you can just set the trim end. And then when you click confirm, you go back into the advanced edit. You can also go back into the keyframe editor, so everything stays safe. This is pretty nice. You can also adjust a few things, it's pretty cool. And overall, I think, like from framing and all that stuff, it looks pretty good to me. It looks pretty nice. I think at the end we can probably turn it a bit more like this. And from there on, you have all your keyframes set. So now what I like to do is edit the field of view and edit the camera shake, like the roll. So at the beginning I want to have a little roll in there, like this, maybe 10. And it's going to normal and close up. Like here we can add a little camera shake to this side. This looks pretty cool. And when he lands, we can also add one to this side. Not that much, just a little bit. Make it more realistic when the skater pops. Right here we can also add a little roll. Here as well. And then here we can do like 25 to kind of rotate it away. Yeah, there we go. That looks clean. Also from the field of view, it looks pretty cool to me, like a close-up shot, not the fisheye that I mentioned in the beginning. But that looks pretty fire in my opinion. Alright, let's give that a quick playthrough. Right now you could also like go onto the keyframes. Whenever you press like left and right on your D-pad, you can skip between the keyframes, back and forth. And then you can also like adjust the cam, edit the field of view, edit the roll and all that stuff. And then just click update and you have updated your keyframe. And like this you can also film your clips pretty good. For example, that you have any keyframe that you don't like. For example, here you don't want to have this position, you want to move the skater around a bit. You can just click update and it's pretty easy to edit your keyframes. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that clip. So if I wanted to export that right now, I could either export it through Skate's option. So I can just click the on Xbox I think it's the like select button, and on my PS5 it's like the PlayStation button, the big one. You can just click that when you're outside of the keyframe, and then it's gonna open up this menu. Then you can just save it in Skate. You can export it directly to your PC, or what I do, I usually just open up my NVIDIA and I'm just gonna record that clip. Besides that, you also got a few more options that you can change in your replay editor settings. So whenever you are in the replay editor, just press start and it's gonna open up the settings. I have mine set as following, so you can also adjust like the replay history here if you want to have more than 30 seconds. I'm usually like creating lines and doing tricks that are not longer than that. So it's pretty easy to go back and find your clip there if it's 5 minutes long and you landed that a bit ago. You can also adjust that. For example, you landed something, didn't film it directly, you have more time to get that done. So it's completely up to you what you want to set here. I have my seek speed on slow, the playback speed is on 1.0. I also tried out to record the clips on 0.5 because sometimes you still get some stuttering in the replay editor, and 0.5 kinda smoothens it out a bit, but it's sadly not completely fixable. It's definitely something that Skate has to patch in an upcoming update. I really hope it's coming soon because the stuttering sometimes is very noticeable. I also noticed that when you play with friends, so when you have more people in your server, that the stuttering is there more often. When you play solo, it's not that crazily noticeable, but I think even in the clips that I have in my video here, you will see small stuttering. And yeah, besides that, these are my settings. If you want to copy them, you can. Something that is also good, and I really like that Skate has thought about it, is the player filtering. So you can adjust if you see the players in your replay editor. When you have set that to all, no one is visible. When you set that to friends, you can only see friends, and when you set that to none, you can see all the players, even if they are not in your friends list. I've set mine to all because I want to have a clean look. Besides that, my key snap range is on 0. I export in MP4, 60 FPS and in 4K. My camera settings are exactly as this. If you want to copy them, you can. Otherwise, it's up to you. It's personal preference. So these are the settings that you can adjust. Besides that, there is not really much more to it. I would say you just dive into the replay editor and really learn how to use keyframes and learn how to use the replay editor in general. It's also a lot based on personal preference of how you want to film your clips. For example, if you get single clips, most of the times a tripod is cool. If you want to have a free cam, you can use a free cam. You can also get some kind of inspiration from skate parts to see how actual pros have their clips filmed in their parts. And yeah, that's really it. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I will also be streaming the next few days daily on Twitch. I'm pretty hyped on the update, gonna get some clips, film some skate parts as well. And yeah, if you want to join the streams, I'm most likely on from 8 p.m. ET daily. So if you've got the time, you can definitely join in there. I'm also gonna host some community sessions. And yeah, if you liked the video, make sure to drop a like, drop a sub, would really mean the world to me. Besides that, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out.